to bend phrase and time into something clever.
Hey! I had a funny comment on my newest video, An Atheist Comes Knocking. I don't remember exactly what it said word for word, but it was like, honey, who was at the door? And the answer is, wait a minute, maybe I can just bring it up here and I can read it to you. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. I thought it was funny. Okay, here it is. It says, honey, who was at the door? It was one of those damn furries. The realtor didn't say anything about furries. That was by, excuse me, I have to be blind again, Backslasher. Yes. You know, I can read it, you know, except the blueprint above that has the person's name. That's where I have trouble seeing with these spectacles. Actually, I'm not just a furry, but a bespectacled fat furry with, which side is it? Mole. I know, you know, it's funny, the other video that I did the other day about my take on survival of the fittest. Again, not a scientist. People can rip apart what I said because I'm not a scientist, so I'm sure I'm not completely 100% right about everything. Oh my gosh. Anyway, this just cracks me up. The snake is around my neck, and a lot of that dialogue had to do with necks. I wonder why. Subconsciously thinking about the fact that this thing is around my neck squeezing. Anyway, I'm making this look even fatter. It's like, see how fat we can make Diane. Let's squeeze, let's constrict the fat. Yes, I hate my neck. I never had a fat neck, and then suddenly I did. It's like, anyway, aging sucks. You find yourself getting fat in all the wrong, well, just entirely different places. Now the cat wants to come in, so I'm gonna make this. Actually, this video has nothing to do with fat or me having a fat neck or furries. It has to do with feminism. I just saw another feminism YouTube video. It seems to be one of the leading causes of video making. My glasses are disgusting. I honestly think I look fatter in my face when I'm not wearing my glasses. This is probably the first time in my life that I feel like I might even look better with my glasses on. That's sad. That's a huge indicator that I need to lose some serious weight. I'm thinking 40 pounds at least. Anyway, enough of that. And it's hard for me because of my no, I'm sorry, that's the wrong word. Urticaria, that's the word. But I can go on walks. I should go walking more. I should walk my dog, and I should eat less. Just, well, you know, it's when you're by yourself, unemployed, watching TV, it's so easy to just, maybe I should eat those little gourmet peppers. Those are good. You know, and I don't think they're very fattening, and they taste really good. Maybe I should do that. Anyway, about feminism. First of all, I am not against feminism. I think that the women's suffrage movement is why women are where they are today. I give a great deal of credit to the generations before mine who fought tooth and nail for women to have the simple right over their own body and what happens to it, or the right to own property, or the right to have a job, or the right to vote. These are all things that are very, very important, and I'm sorry, but we are full thinking human beings as much as men, and it's wrong to deny any human being their equal human rights. I'm sorry, see, I think people are born with certain unalienable, is that the word? Rights. I really believe that. And I do think there are other rights you have to earn, but I think that there should be certain rights that everybody has, and happiness is one of them. Everybody has a right to pursue happiness. I think that comes from our our Constitution, or maybe it's the Declaration. I'm not awake yet. I have about this much down in my coffee, so. Okay, feminism. First of all, if people don't like feminism, I think they need to blame religion. Here. It's just one of those mornings. I have to work today too. I think they have to blame religion, because I think feminism is a knee-jerk reaction to oppression. For centuries upon centuries of women being oppressed and denied the right to discover and obtain their full potential. I think that feminism is a direct reaction or response to religions that try to say that women are less, or that women are property of men, or women are dominated by men, or should be dominated by men. Now the cat wants to go out. I'm not going to end this. See, I'm a lot more quick to respond when the cat is outside in the cold wanting to come in than I am when she's on the inside wanting to go out. So, but do I agree with feminism? I agree with women having equal rights as men. I agree with men having equal rights as women. See, I don't think a man should have any less of a chance to have custody of their child during a divorce as the woman, as the mother. I don't think the mother, being the mother, that gives her greater entitlement or a better parent than the dad. And just little things like that. I think, I do think women should be paid the same as men. I think women should have to, in cases where it's a physical job, they should be able to do an equal amount of work as men to get paid as much as men. I don't agree with physical tweaking, Well, maybe in some positions, but in jobs, like I think I've said this before, firefighters and cops, I think that, when somebody's life is on the line, that person should be able to physically do the job, So there's certain things about, and manners, I think, goes both ways. I think I open the door for men. I will hold an elevator for a man. I don't think about it as, ooh, look at me, I'm a woman, and I'm being polite. I just think of it as, hey, here's a human being that would like to come through this door, and so I'm going to hold it open. Why does it have to always be about equal rights, or it's just about being polite to other people, just showing respect to other people instead of putting a label on it. Oh, I have to open this door because this is a woman. No, I hope men hold open doors for other men too. I hold open doors for other women. And the cat is pawing at the door. It's a little annoying. I wonder if you can see it in the video. It's pretty dark back there. Anyway, but yeah, I think I don't agree with feminists who think that women are better than men or superior than men. I don't agree with that at all. I don't think anybody is superior to anybody else. And I also think that little Home Depot thinking here, since I have to go there in a few hours, we're all born with a toolbox. This is probably going to be a stupid analogy, but it's just popping up, so I'm putting it out there. We're all born with a toolbox. Guys can relate to tools. Well, there's a sexist thing to say. So can women. Lots of women can relate to tools and use tools all the time. There's lots of women who use tools. Okay, and I know this because I work at Home Depot. We have lots of female contractors that go through, our lines. But anyway, okay, so I hope it's done. I had to turn it off because one of my cats was barfing, and I'm not going to make anybody have to listen to that disgusting sound. That's like the most disgusting sound, isn't it? Ever? Okay, maybe dog barfing is right on the same level, but so gross. Human barfing too. I cannot. The worst is when you're in a public restroom and somebody comes in and they're barfing in the stall next to you, and you're like, just the sound effect I mean, you feel bad for the person, but you're just at the same time, you're just like, anyway, the toolbox analogy. Oh yes, I almost forgot. Whatever tool feels right in your hand is the one you want to use, right? How would you like it if somebody was dictating to you? No, 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 you can't use that tool that feels right to you. You have to use this tool, yeah, because you have black hair and all black-haired people have to use these set of tools over here. And all you blonde people over there, you have to use these tools over here, right? Well, what if those tools that you're supposed to use don't feel right to you? Do you still use them? What if you have to use them? It kind of sucks, doesn't it? You really feel like, do you feel comfortable using the tool that doesn't fit your hand or is off balance or whatever? No, you want to find the tool that fits your hand, that feels right, don't you? Yet, from infancy, boys are fed this bullshit that they can't cry, they can't do certain things because that's what, oh, you're such a girl. You're such a girl. You walk like a girl. You talk like a girl. You just, and the same with women, girls. I was a tomboy. Oh, it's like the pressure to wear dresses, and be girly, and like to do girly things like hopscotch, Hey, I did hopscotch. I did hopscotch. But, I was a tomboy. I really preferred to play with guys and run with guys and play in the woods and get dirty and build forts. I built forts when I was a kid. I made some pretty great forts with leaves, wet leaves and sticks, and dry leaves on top of the wet leaves. And I made some pretty serviceable forts. In fact, to this day, I'm pretty confident that if I got lost in the woods, I could make myself a pretty good shelter. So anyway, but the pressure for girls, it's like, it's almost like you have to be, the pressure is there to be little and vulnerable and fragile and dependent. You want, for guys to be attracted, you have to be feminine. And I don't know about how it is now, but when I was young, feminine equals, and or girly equals all these things, little, vulnerable, cute, childlike, all these things. It's just, and if you're not any of those things, if you happen to be born big, just on a large frame and tall, it's hard to be, you're standing higher than the guys. It's hard to feel feminine. It's hard to feel like you fit in, it's like because of the way kids are raised to think that they have to use these certain set of tools. Guys have to be this way, girls have to be this way, and then if you're not, you're seen as something abnormal just because the tools that feel right to you aren't the tools they say you're supposed to use. And I'm not trying to be symbolic here. It's a Home Depot analogy, okay? But yeah, it just seems to me that the whole feminist thing too is just putting people in a box and saying this is where you have to stay, and you can't reach beyond these walls. You can't figure out who you are because if you're not one of these three things, then you better pretend you are, because otherwise you're going to be shunned from society. So anyway, I think feminism is I don't think of it as a bad word. I don't know if I'm a feminist. I don't know if I know I am for human rights. I'm for equal human rights, both genders, straight across the board. I don't think one is better than the other. I do think men are stronger than women. I'm not stupid. I'm not walking around, women can do the same as men. No, I don't think so. Men are stronger, physically stronger. Women can endure the cold longer than men. So in that way, women are stronger than men. We can endure the cold longer than men physically. That makes us stronger at dealing with a cold, hostile environment. But men are physically stronger than women. It depends on what we're talking about. You know, we all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses. You know, women are not more intelligent than men. Men are not more intelligent than women. They've discovered recently that women are just as capable of science and math as men, when they're not being told all the time that they can't. You know, when you hear those words all the time, well, you can't because you're a woman. That's what I grew up with, and I believed almost my whole life. And I still believe, honestly, because I'm a product of what I was brought up to think. I suck at math. But maybe I wouldn't have sucked if I had people that, well, I actually did have a few good teachers in junior high, and they helped me get A's in math, but that was the only time, you know, because most of the time in my life I was a woman, and women can't do math. So I feel like teachers don't even really try so much with women, or at least they didn't used to. So that's it. This is one of those videos that kind of goes all over the place, but I hope the gist is here that I don't disagree with feminists. I think people who hate feminists or are against feminists should take a long, hard look at what caused it in the first place. I really think it's a knee-jerk reaction to oppression and all of the years that women have been told or made to feel or made to be less than men, restricted or inhibited, unable to serve their country in the military, unable to fight for their country. You know, the urge or the desire to fight for your company, the desire to fight for your country when your country is under siege or in danger or under threat or whatever is strong. And not just in men. Some women want to fight for their country, fight for their way of living, fight for their families, you know, just as much as men. So I think that's the most recent hurdle, women being able to fight in combat. And, you know, of course women can't haul around the weight of the guns that men can haul around. Not all of them anyway. But there's other kinds of weapons now. There's other kinds of combat. So anyway, this is again continuing on. I'm going to end this before it gets to be really, really long, but this is my thoughts on feminists, or feminism. If you've been watching, thanks. Bye.